Our plant-based bond.
Good, happy Wednesday evening to you. Welcome to our plant-based bunch. This is a special edition. This is the Q&A video that we've been wanting to do for quite some time now, and I am allowing these girls to be up past our bedtime to do this Q&A for you guys. This is so exciting, and we get a lot of really good questions, so I'm really excited to get started, and we have quite a few to answer, and I want to go ahead and answer all of them. So if this gets long, we might break this up into 2 parts, but
so you guys don't have to watch it.
So you don't have to watch it like forever and ever and ever. So okay, question number 1. Let's get started right away. Okay, this comes from Christine H86. Thinking about having kids in the close future, I would like to know more about your homeschool routine. I would be afraid of not knowing all the answers to my kids' questions and not having the resources to find out. What do you do? All right. So that's a good one. And the first thing that I would say is to pray. Pray, especially when you're considering homeschooling your children, so that you know God's will in order to know what you're going to share with your children, right?
You get school books from Chalkboard.
Then you get school books from Chalkboard. Chalkboard is the teacher's supply store that we go to. But most importantly, the most important textbook that I always say for homeschooling is the Bible. And you can just teach so much, especially in the beginning, straight from the Bible. You can teach reading, spelling, writing, comprehending things, history, especially biblical history, even math. You can learn everything from the Bible, a lot, pretty much. And the thing is that you want to be very, very, very careful with it. And then also there are other books that we use, and we also have a. What else do you like to do? What special book do you like that we do? We take it outside. Remember that one? Our nature workbook. And that's a really good one. And we've kind of strayed away from that one, but we need to get back into that because that's a really good book.
My favorite book is the Bear Book.
The Bear Book? And reading, just reading books, all kinds of books, especially, we talked a lot about it in other videos too. What kinds of books that we read, what kinds of books the children read, and if I think of it, I'll put a link in the description below. And if I forget, somebody remind me if you're interested in what kind of books we actually read. I do every fall I do what curriculum or what books we use for homeschooling for that school year. So you might want to check out that also, and I'll try to remember to link that for you guys. All right, next question comes from Jennifer Griffin 6. Hi, I would like to know, how is it that you only eat 2 meals a day? What do you do if you get hungry? Well, that's a good question. And actually we talked about that in a couple of other videos, that we're used to eating 2 meals a day. Our bodies have been accustomed to that, and when you do something routinely on a regular basis, your body gets used to it and actually thrives on that, on routine. And the thing is that our bodies know what's best for us too, and we know that as you eat 2 meals a day, it has time in between to rest from having to digest, because it takes a lot of vital force for your body to digest food. And getting hungry in the evening usually doesn't happen unless lunch wasn't very good or didn't work out for us. And if that's the case, sometimes we might have a little juice mixed, half and half juice and half water, but maybe some coconut water or something like that. But that's about as far as it goes.
So, or we just eat a lot more for lunch and breakfast. More fine.
Yes, we eat a lot.
Sometimes we eat a little bit.
Sometimes you eat a little bit, and then you might get hungry. But they're used to eating, and when it's mealtime, they eat. And that's it. That's the way it goes. And it's so convenient too, because then you don't have to worry about fixing the 3rd meal, cleaning up after a 3rd meal. Those types of things.
That's actually our break time.
That's the break time.
Most people would have dinner time.
That's right. That's from your break from the busyness of the day. So if you have other questions about this whole process of eating 2 meals a day, if you get on Periscope, I have a replay totally dedicated to that. And also, there are a couple of videos that I talk about eating 2 meals a day. So I think I'm going to have to put a lot of links to videos on this Q&A, huh? I'm going to try to remember for you guys. All right. Next question. Just Kenda. Just curious if you guys like or ever drink kombucha. I guess it would also be cool to know your thoughts on fermented foods like sourdough, sauerkraut, kimchi, etc. That's a good question, and we addressed that on Periscope, and I'd like to do a whole video on fermented foods one day for you guys on YouTube because it's important. Fermented foods we don't ingest at all. We don't do the kombucha. We don't do sauerkraut, and I know that goes against a whole lot of people and a whole lot of information about how good it is for you, the B vitamins and all those things.
Really hurts.
Your eye hurts? Did you get something in it?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, are you going to be okay?
Something big.
Something big got in your eye? All right, we got that resolved. Right, Caroline?
Mm-hmm.
We're fighting the sun. If it gets too dark, we're going to go inside and put the girls to bed and continue this, Olivia. It's kind of getting late anyway. But we're doing okay. We're doing okay for now. All right, the kombucha. Anything that's fermented is food that is rotting. It's putrefying. And God wants us to have fresh, clean, good food, and the fresh food is what really has the most enzymes, the most nutrients.
We don't eat bacon.
I did a whole we don't eat. That has nothing to do with fermented food. All right, let's stay on topic here. So yet again, I may if I don't do a video for YouTube on fermented foods, I will take the Periscope and upload it to YouTube, so that you guys can see more about what I'm talking about with the fermented foods. But that's a good question. Kombucha is, I really question that because a lot of times there might be even a small amount of alcohol, and alcohol is definitely not good for the body. It destroys the liver and it wreaks havoc on your body, alcohol. So, having said that, let's move on to the next question. That's a good question. Mrs. Jordan Nicole asks, I've been wondering how you cook your hot cereals in the morning. I know you said you cooked some overnight before, and I noticed you used the slow cooker. That's right, and that's an easy way to cook your breakfast cereals in the morning. And we do all kinds. We do the oats, the steel cut oats. The oat groats are actually better in the slow cooker, but I don't have those. I use the steel cut oats right now because that's what I have. Millet, barley. It slays me.
Millet,
I can't remember now.
There's one more.
Quinoa. Quinoa. I don't do that in the slow cooker.
Rice.
I could do rice in the slow cooker. I could do rice in the slow cooker, but I never have done that. But it's good in the slow cooker. But anyways, what you do is you take 1 part of your grain and 3 parts of water. Like let's say we use 2 cups. We'll use 2 cups of barley and 6 cups of water. No, honey. And you put it in the slow cooker. You turn it on low overnight. Voila! Delicious, hot cereal ready to go in the morning. And then we dress it up. Daddy eats it before he goes to work. And we dress it up with the coconut and the raisins. Now we have the dates, so we can use some dates. Chopped nuts maybe, some other chopped dried fruit, frozen fruit, other fruit pieces.
We put a bunch of stuff in.
So we put all kinds. We can put all kinds of stuff in there. She is so stuck, Rocky.
Yeah, the dog's entertaining us.
All right, next question. Makisha has a question on meal planning, prepping, and how you plan out your grocery list. Now that's something that we really haven't done. I tried half-heartedly a couple of times. I need to work on that one.
We end up just going to the store.
We go to the store and say, okay, what do we plan on? I think about what do I plan on having for the week, and I kind of go from there. Okay, we're going to have haystacks. I better get cilantro. Make sure that I have the tomatoes and the salsa and the different things that I need for the haystacks. And then I'll say, okay, what else do we plan on having? I better get some sweet potatoes. We'll have sweet potatoes one day.
And then we buy like general stuff.
And then we buy
coconut oil, milk,
the coconut oil,
stuff like that.
almond butter, things like that.
And like peanut butter.
And just produce in general, peanut butter, and then the produce. We have your, the general stuff like the carrots and celery, the bananas, the apples,
Bananas and peanut butter.
and all that kind of stuff.
Banana and peanut butter is really good.
It's really good, isn't it? Banana and peanut butter. That's her favorite. Banana and peanut butter. Anyways, we gotta work on that one. Katie B. the Mama, plot 7B. Oh, she has got a garden, and she's really excited about it. This plot 7B must be your garden. I've left a few questions. Oh, on your grocery haul live video. Okay, well, we'll get to that. We're going to stay on Instagram right now. Mrs. Skirvin, 84. I homeschool my plant-based bunch as well. I just want to know what you do for homeschool and why you guys only eat 2 meals a day. Oh, well, we addressed that. And good. We answered both of those. Good. Christian homemaker. That's our friend Kayleen. Do the kids ever complain they want a snack during the day since you only eat twice a day?
No.
And the second part of the question, who are some YouTubers you like watching? Okay. Do you complain about wanting food in between meals?
No.
Because the thing is, so they can see you. The thing is that they're so used to eating this way that they never get hungry between meals. And they just know that we just don't eat between meals. So it makes it easy. They eat 2 meals, that's it. Who are our favorite YouTubers? Olivia,
There's a lot of them.
See.
Christy.
I think somebody's getting a little bored.
Yeah. Christy.
Caroline, Christy, she's organized mom. And, she and I do things differently. But she's really amazing because she's very honest. And she's very open to hearing what you have to say. And her family is just a very real, sweet family, and she shares a lot, a lot of organizing type things, and that I really appreciate because I need help organizing, and it really helps me to watch her. And Kenda. She is the one I just found. She's a young lady in Canada, and she's vegan. And she has some really good videos. And if I remember these guys, I'm going to put them up for you. It seems like there were a few that...
and we like some non-vegan YouTubers.
Some non-vegan YouTubers. Like...
Well, a lot of the people we just listed.
Our dear friend Jasmine. She has a YouTube channel. It's called Sweetly Eden.
She is the grass.
And she is
when we cut the grass, it gets a bowl here.
All right, and I'm sure there are more, and maybe we should do a video on our favorite YouTubers, right?
Like a whole
video. That's a good idea. I'm glad you asked that, so that maybe we can address that. Okay, Miss Sensational 615 asks, "What is your favorite meal to fix the family?"
Can I answer this?
Yes. What is your favorite meal?
My favorite meal to fix the family is rice dish.
Oh, the rice dish is the new favorite.
Rice dish, I love
the rice dish. And you know what? We make it in different ways now. I cook a pot of rice, and then whatever kind of veggies we have, we throw in there.
My favorite food is cold cereal.
Cold cereal, but that's
not
too
something
easy
you
to fix.
fix the family.
But if you're watching our vlogs on a regular basis, or if you haven't watched our vlogs on a regular basis and you want to check them out,
is peanut butter.
You can see as we make our lunches. I know yours is peanut butter. As we make our meals, you'll see that we often make rice dishes because that's gotten to be our new favorite. It's like our go-to thing now, and it's easy. And we have 50 pounds of rice to use up, you guys. So rice dish, thankfully.
50 pounds.
Yes, 50 pounds. So thankfully, that's a good dish. I'm glad that everybody likes it.
We just throw in leftovers
that's
and
6
rice
pounds, yeah.
practically.
Yeah, just throw leftovers and tofu sometimes, or some beans or something. All right. Mrs. Skirvin 84 asks, "Do you guys live in the country, and do you guys eat any processed foods like the soy meats, etc.? As you can see, I am new here." Welcome. We're glad you're here. First of all, we don't really live in the country. We live out in the country.
Do you live in the U.S.?
Oh.
I thought you only
well, the
live
city
in
or country. We live in the United States. We do live in the U.S. We don't really live in the country. We live in a retirement community in the middle of a bunch of cornfields. But we would love to get like a homestead type place in the country. But whatever's God's will. And then she asks about processed foods, Mrs. Skirvin.
Not a lot.
We don't eat a lot of processed foods. Now the processed soy meats and things, we don't really eat a lot of that because it's got a lot of it's very highly processed, and it's got a lot of salt, a lot of preservatives and things like that. We really focus on eating as simple as possible and putting that stuff away. That's not to say we haven't done it in the past and then it's not really something that would be good to transition maybe.
Transitioning is great.
Olivia, you're in the picture, okay.
Oh, it's great if you're transitioning.
So,
sorry,
stay focused.
I'm trying to get Kelly.
It's easy. It's good to transition with those kinds of things, but it's better not to stay. Yeah, it's better than meat, but it's better not to stay on the soy meats, really. And every once in a while we might have something like maybe at Thanksgiving time we might have a tofurkey, or maybe we might have some soy curls, and that's just made with soybeans. It's like chicken, soy curls. Have you ever heard of them? Might put a link to that too. The soy curls are like, thank you, Olivia. The soy curls are like chicken. They have that texture of chicken, but they're minimally processed, which is really good. And tofu. Tofu we do eat, but we don't eat it on a regular basis because it's very concentrated. Not even twice a week, maybe once a week, once every 10 days. But the thing is that they are, what did you do with that? By yourself? You can't do that. Go in there and put and stuff.
And then you can leave after you tuck her in, dude.
Anyway, what else was I going to say? Oh yeah, tofu is highly concentrated. It has a high protein content, which is good, but you don't want to have too much. Too much of a good thing is just not good.
Mommy?
Right?
And it's sort of bad for the brain.
Is it bad for the brain?
It's a little bit. You remember that? That's why we stopped eating it?
Oh, did somebody say that?
Remember, that's why we stopped eating it. It's a little bit bad for the brain.
Oh, I'm going to have to look at that again. All right, next question. Araya Mariah asks, how do you season and care for your cast iron pans? Also, who did the rainbow colored artwork that you have on the freezer door? It always catches my eye and I've been meaning to ask. Well, we did a whole video on seasoning cast iron just after Araya asked this question. So you can take a look at that video. It wasn't very long ago, just a few videos back.
I have something to say about
What's
the
that?
art and the...
Oh, okay. Tell us about the artwork.
It's Mia and Caroline's and Olivia's.
She's talking about that swirly one right on the freezer.
Oh, that's Olivia's.
Olivia did that one?
Yeah.
Okay, Olivia did that. Good question. All right. Also, Araya asks about those green olives you eat a lot. I know you've mentioned the name in a few lunch videos. What are they called again, and can you describe the flavor in as much as one can describe the flavor of an olive? I love black olives.
I love green olives.
Manzanilla, Spanish olives, and Kalamata olives. So I want to try the ones you love too. Those olives that Araya Mariah is talking about, I think they're called Castelvetrano olives, if I remember right. We get those from Costco, but you can get them anywhere. I know health food stores have them, and I don't really know how to describe it except for it's different. It doesn't have too much of a bite to it, but I really can't. I can't describe it. Go get yourself a little bottle, little jar.
I like just regular green.
You don't like the Castelvetrano, do you? You like the stuff from the can that we get, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. All right. Next question. Farm Life Dreams asks, what do you eat when you're out traveling to family across states? What are your goals long term for your kids after you finish teaching them? What research do you do about organic foods and how they are grown and processed? All right, first question. What do you eat when you're out traveling with families across the states? You saved us. The dog almost knocked the camera down. All right.
Okay.
We try to keep it really simple when we're traveling. We eat mostly raw with some crackers, some bread,
like
almond butter,
bars, like
the Cliff Bars and things like that, the fig bars, things like that. And then we eat apples. And you can.
And when we're actually going there, we eat just fruit bars, called cereal, things like that. Just like
as we're traveling, yes. Now when we're
there,
we usually go to my sister's house and she's got a kitchen, so we kind of just take over the kitchen, and
when we were in Florida, we did that.
And in Florida too, and then we cook just like we would at home, as much as we possibly can in somebody else's kitchen. All right. Next question was, what are your goals long term for your kids after you finish teaching them? It's whatever God's will is, really. I'm not really sure what I would really want them to have. I would really like to see them doing something that is reaching out, a service-oriented motorcycle.
Problems with filming outside.
I know, a service-oriented job, something maybe in the medical missionary work, something like that, something that reaches out to people. Another one is, what research do you do about organic foods and how they are grown and processed? That's a good question. The best thing, and I know you know this, Kathy, the best thing is Kathy, Farm Life Dreams, that's who this is to grow your own food as much as possible, because you really don't know what you're getting when you're purchasing organic foods. The best thing I like to think is try to find brands that are honest and that really are serious about being organic and providing organic foods. And that's not really so easy. There are some that I'm pretty sure that I know are pretty good, and that would be like the Cascadian Farms and Earthbound Farm. But like today, I just discovered our edamame spaghetti is organic, but it's made in China, and it's USDA organic. That means the USDA, certifies it organic. But really, how can we be sure that the standards are what we would want for our family? The thing is just to be really prayerful and do your best and grow a garden, which we're really trying to do this year.